Time out, counting to 3, taking toys away are things that maybe you've done. Well, you certainly may have tried them in your house as punishment for negative behavior. I know I have, but are those really the best ways to see a change? We got Heather Abraham here to kind of talk to us about what we need to know in this week's parent perspective.
So let's just say up front that how we parent our children is controversial because some believe one way is the best way to do it, others do it differently. So today I'm offering up the advice of Patty Maxwell of Engage Kids LLC. They work with parents in their homes as well as visiting classrooms. So they're really involved in this process of raising kids. So let's get started with the good behavior. Some think if you reward positive behavior that kids will grow up to expect that same reward system. So think about it, Lindsay. Do you expect praise at work? If you do a good job, are you waiting for that praise? Some think that that is a result of too much reward in the beginning in childhood. But Maxwell says it's important to remember that we are training these little humans. So rewarding heavily in the beginning and then easing off is okay in her book. They eventually self-motivate and will do the right thing if you do this right. As for unwanted behavior, Maxwell says, think of time out as not as a last resort. I'm guilty of this. You do the count. Don't make me get to 3, then maybe you start yelling a little bit, you feel guilty about that later, and then you send them right to timeout. None of it really feels good for either you or for the children. So Maxwell says use timeout, or rather a calming space, as taking some time away from the situation that's gotten out of hand, or be proactive to avoid it getting out of hand, because you can see that starting to build, right? So saying something like, let's take some time to cool down and rethink this.
I can see that, and then I can also see my son, well, I don't want to.
So sometimes, I have to tell you that I talked to Patty Maxwell for a long time. I even brought up some of my own stuff with my kids. And she said to really think about it this way, offering 2 choices and then walking away and let them make that choice, giving them the power to make that decision. So I'm going to give you this calming space, or you can do this, and then just kind of leaving the situation and letting them take control over what that is.
Okay.
It seems easy when you're just talking about it. When you have someone screaming in front of you, it's a little bit harder, but something to think about.
And it's something to try, because you know, what's the worst that can happen? Them just yell at you, or
it's going to continue
away.
either way. Yeah.
So something to think about. Heather, thank you.
You're welcome.
There you go. Thanks, ladies.